Hi, everybody. It's Kim with Itha 54 Technology. And I am a spiritual nurse at Itha 54 Technology. And I talk about things health wise and detoxing and that sort of thing. And Kiahe is with me today. I'm so
Hi,
happy
Kim.
that she joined me.
Thank you for having me. I am so excited. I'm always just soaking up and absorbing all of the wonderful knowledge and information you bring to the channel and to all of our students in the Ascension program. They are gushing over you, making life-changing decisions on their health, cleaning out, detoxing their internal bodies. And so we're very excited to have you on board and working with our wonderful students. And also, I have my notepad always. When Kim's on, grab your notepad, okay? Thank you, Kim. Thank you for having
It's
me.
Oh, it's a lot of information. I know that. But the one thing that I like about it too is I'm learning more as I go along because there is no way that you can know everything. And anyone who says, well, I already know that, new information is coming out all the time. And so I actually enjoy this. But the thing I wanted to talk about today is EMFs. And if
Mhm.
nobody knows what that is, it's electromagnetic frequencies. And they are everywhere in our modern life. We use a lot of technology, like Itha 54 technology,
Mhm.
and we're just getting more technological at all times. And so what comes with that, the byproduct are these frequencies, and we are human beings who we are full of frequencies and light, and these sort of things mess with our light. And if you live near a 5G tower, those big Eiffel Tower looking things, big tall pyramids, and I happen to. And I have to tell you, Kiahe, my attention has been drawn to those lately.
Okay.
And so what that tells me is I need to pay attention and I need to focus on, what it is that my guide source is having me pay attention to. So I
Mhm.
thought, you know what, I know it's not just me. I know other people wonder about it and, how they can get rid of it. What are the signs and symptoms? What can I do? You know, there's big things you can do, there's little things you can do. And, it all is, pricey eventually, but you can do little things. So, I don't know what you do, Kiahe, in your home for EMFs.
I do. Okay. This is not proven, but I feel I'm an energy medicine practitioner, so I practice knowing my own energy. All of the things that I do in my life is to be very self-aware of my own energy and frequency. So that way, when there are energy disturbances, quantum patterns, EMFs, things entering my biofield, I will pick up on it right away. So as soon as I do feel something in my biofield, there's several things I do. First thing I do is I quickly take a cold shower, just maybe like 6, 7 minutes running water on the top of my head, or you can grab a hose. Like in the summertime, I would just go outside like once
Mhm.
every hour, and I would grab a hose and just spray just the top of my head and the back of my neck. And that helps to kind of like dissipate the heat that your body picks up when it's absorbing a high level of EMF. Another thing is grounding. This is very easy to do. I like that wet soil, like grass with wet, even like the more like soppy, I'll like spray the grass in the dirt with water and then just stand on it, and allow my feet to just, and I can literally feel my whole entire body. It just pulls out the heat because it heats me up. My temperature rises, and it's a different kind of heat. It's not, it's coming from like the back of my neck, like the back side and around my head area. I feel it outside of my head about, what is this? Like 4 inches, 5 inches, and then all in the back of my neck mainly. And then down my spine, like my backside. That's where I feel it the most. And that's how I know it's EMFs. And then of course I can hear it too. I can hear it. It's like my ears will start like not popping, but going in and out, like a temperature, like it's trying to pressurize the cabin, this kind of
Right.
feeling. So, but those are the 2 things that I do straight away. And I recently purchased these shungite crystals. I can show them to you. You have one. Oh, yes, Kim, of course you have it. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I buy the big ones. They're the like this.
Oh,
These are the elites. Yeah.
yes, those are
And
the ones.
and I put them in my jar of water and I let them sit overnight. It only needs 3 hours to charge your water to, when you ingest it, it will pull out all of the EMFs as well. So this is something that you can do every single day and you'll feel amazing. I feel the effects right away.
Yes, I have some of those, but I haven't been doing it every day, and maybe I need to start. But for me, I'm just feeling like I'm aware of it. And maybe I really don't know all of I know signs and symptoms, but those could be things for other things. It could be parasites, it could be heavy metals, because insomnia and sleep disturbances, that's a big thing. Fatigue, restlessness, irritability, concentration problems, memory recall issues, burning skin, itchy, tingling sensations, headaches, aging, hair loss, especially for women.
And I know there's been a lot of women that have been suffering from hair loss over the last just recent years, right? Through the pandemic. And then it died down for a little bit. And now women are experiencing this again. So it's coming in waves, is what I've been hearing.
Well, what they do at night is, and this is for information only. It's only for information, but they ramp up the EMFs at night while we're sleeping. So that's why I thought this was really important to bring to light for people who don't know how to deal with it. It affects your body. It affects your energetic body. And because energy is everything, like Tesla said, energy and frequency and vibration is everything. And and it can potentially lead to cancer. So when you think about it that way, you think, well, maybe, there's something I can do about it. So, but what I was looking up is there are different things that you can get, even if you don't want to use the things that we've talked about. But I have like this little tile and I put my router on it. And I put this it's a little shungite stone, and I put it on some copper. And I'll talk about the copper at some other point, the tensor circles, the rings, because you
Mhm.
can wear them or you can put them on your router or your smart um, your electrical outlet. You can put it
Mhm.
on that, and it is it goes to they found them in the Pyramid of Giza,
Mm.
tensor rings, and they have a frequency on the inside. And when they put them, they did like an aura reading of them. It brings energy in it and takes it out. It's very interesting. You can charge your water with them and everything. That's a whole nother.
I
It's a
love that. I
yeah.
love water. I am a water
Yes.
connoisseur. I know it. I
Mhm.
am a natural because I've always been obsessed with water and the many ways to charge our water. I've been doing it for years and years and years and years, using the sunlight, using crystals, using magnets, of course, adding our sea salts, making sure that
Yes.
your water is charged, and then now adding the layer of the shungite and also the swirl, right?
Yep. I
M-
have that
Make
too.
making
Yep.
the living structure, right? So it's first
Mhm.
detoxing, filtering out all of the things that we don't need that our city water supply is putting in there, and then going in and rebuilding the structure and adding the minerals. So I'm I'm a water.
I'm seeing a water video. That's what
Okay.
I'm seeing. I'm
Okay.
seeing a water video because I actually have a book that's all about water. And part of the reason why it's called dead water,
Mm,
what we get out of our faucet, they call it dead
yes.
water because it doesn't have that spiral. It just
Right.
has a straight line and it
Mm-hmm.
sits there and it's dark. So whole nother thing that
Mm-hmm. I would love to join you on that one. We could
yes,
bring out all the stops on that one because that's
yep.
something that we have to drink every single day to sustain life. I
Hmm.
mean, if anything, I could survive on one thing, it's going to be water.
That's right. Well, that's what we can. I mean, people can do a dry fast, but I mean, my mouth is dry just talking right now.
I,
So
I'm gonna get me some water too. You're making me
yes,
thirsty over
please go
here.
get some water.
And I'm not sponsored or anything, but this is absolutely my favorite water that I'm drinking right now. It is a sparkling water. They have flat as well, but sometimes I get fancy and I go buy myself some fancy
Which one
water.
is that?
I don't know if you can see it. Oh, there.
Oh,
Is it capturing
oh,
it?
it's Hawaii volcanic water. Okay. So if it's volcanic water, then it probably
Mm-hmm.
has some zeolite maybe in it.
Exactly. This is the best
And
water. I love it.
so,
I never thought of that, but yes, because it's volcanic. Um,
yes,
it's particles.
yes. And that's what zeolite is. So that's a detox. And I didn't look it up yet, but I want to. I'm wondering if the zeolite helps at all with the EMFs.
I'm gonna bet it does, because I definitely do feel better when
Hmm.
I'm ingesting zeolite and certain kinds of water. I'm very, very intuitive on the energy that I
Hmm.
ingest and that's around me. And right now, as I just took my first sip, my ears are popping right now. So just
Wow.
excuse me 1 minute. Yeah, it's like depressure. It's that depressurization. It just opens. It feels like it opens up the stagnant energy if there was any energy sitting over my ears. Our ears is our equilibrium.
Yes. Well, we have
One sip.
crystals. We have crystals in our head. So, when there's that pressure, they're off.
Now, yep, it's a lot, all on my left side. I can just feel this activity all inside of my inner ear, just like kind of like Rice Krispies popping, but not as loud.
Mhm. Very interesting. But
Yummy. But
so um, some of the things that I found when I was doing this research is, and I mean, there's a lot, and I'm just going to name it. I haven't tried it. The only thing that I've tried are the crystals and, the shungite, but they have blankets. Oh, I do have a shungite crystal on the back of my phone.
oh, I used to have one of those. I need to get another one. I have a new phone, so I've, you know, I didn't take it off the last one. So that's a good
And
one though, Kim. That's a
yes,
good one.
because
Everyone can do that. Everyone can do that one.
yes,
Because
and
we're on our phones are next to us all day long.
yep. So phone cases that are, made for EMF shielding. Um, and I do have something, let me go get it. And I think it's a really good thing because I put my phone in it at night. I'll be right
Okay.
back.
Okay. I will hold down the fort here, you guys.
Okay.
I am loving these shungite crystals. I purchased mine on Etsy. There's a lot of people that sell them, but the elite ones, when they're tested. So these have a very high emission of the energy that it gives off. And this shape, it's not the rounded shapes. I get the jagged ones because these are the ones that restructures the water better. It makes the molecules a lot smaller so it can go through your cells quicker. So you get hydration and detoxification. Hi,
Hi. And so really
Kim.
want to pick them out personally, instead of ordering
Mhm.
them, because you don't know what you're going to get when you order. I ordered
True.
mine, and but what I put my phone in at night, and I put my phone on airplane mode. Maybe some people can't do that. Maybe they need to hear, like their children may call or whatever. But I don't have anybody. But for me, I have this thing, and it's called a Faraday bag, and you put your phone in it, and you really can't see. There you go. But I even put my fobs for my car in it because
Oh,
that's technology too.
I wonder
So
if they make so you put that in your next to your bed or in your bag when
yes,
you travel. This is what you put your things in. And where do you purchase that?
I got mine. This is where I got mine. It's called Silent, SLNT, and they're not that much, but it's another thing. It's another layer,
Hmm.
used to help, because you don't want to be charging your phone next to your bed at night. That's like
Yeah,
a
the
lot.
worst. The
Yes.
worst. I
Well,
mean, I can't even fall asleep. If I'm laying there and I can't fall asleep, sure enough, I left the charger next to my bed. And so I'll
oh,
get up and move it into another room, into my office where it usually is. But sometimes during the day, if I'm working, in a different part of the house, I'll put it there and then I'll lay down. I will not be able to drift off to sleep. I'm that sensitive to it. So,
you are
I'll,
very
mhm.
sensitive. Um, but yeah, so these sleeves that you can use, and you put your phone in it,
Mhm.
and you will not get any phone calls. That Nothing goes into that bag.
That's
It,
amazing. I'm
it's
gonna have to
pretty
try
amazing.
that. That's
It's
amazing.
pretty amazing.
You know what I was noticing too? Both of us have silver on, and silver is it protects your biofield as well, right? Silver is protective,
I've
the
got it all.
gold is generating, and then the copper is it's charging, right? It's like an electrical charge. So I feel like I've always been drawn to silver ever since I was in my young
Me too.
teens. When I first started wearing jewelry, it was always turquoise and silver. And that really did, it gave me a grounding sensation, but also as I learned more about the energy that silver holds, it does protect your biofield, similar to wearing silk. Wearing silk does the same thing too. And I know in history, there's a lot of, in all of Asia, right? In the dynasties, right? The royal families, the women wore a lot of silk. And so I
That's,
thought that was interesting.
yes, it is. And
Mhm.
it's beautiful and it's so feminine, you know. But the one thing about copper too, it helps reduce EMF. And that's why I really want to talk about those tensor rings, because you can wear them. You can wear them as bracelets, as they're not my favorite. It's
Mm.
not like a fashion statement for me, but it's more like a health thing. You can carry one, a little ring in your pocket. So, you know, that's
What
another
about
thing.
organite? They use it to make organite as
Yes.
well, right?
So with the
Those
organ,
organite pyramids, with different.
you, yes, you can get like a little pocket one and carry it with you. See, that's what I'm saying, is there's so many different ways that you can do it,
Mhm.
to protect yourself. But what I found was, the copper, the one with, because the one lady that I was looking at, she had a meter, and she put one of hers that was made with crushed quartz, and it had copper in it as well. So,
Mhm.
you know, if you know about crystals, you know that quartz potentiates whatever you put with it. So it increases the amount. So whenever I want to do something, I will put a piece of quartz crystal next to whatever, crystal I want to, get the most benefit from.
Sure.
So if I want a golden healer or whatever, and I'm working with that, I will get a quartz crystal as well and
I
put it
love that.
together. Yeah. So this particular lady was showing the difference. And so that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for an
Okay.
organite. And then the other thing too, that about organites, people make them. And so,
Mhm. I have an organite pendant. I bought two. One was with malachite crystals. The
oh,
other one was lapis lazuli, and
oh,
that was my favorite one. And
that's the
it was a
one.
person in Greece.
Oh,
He's on
God.
Etsy and he makes them to order, and you
I
can
wanted to
choose.
look them up.
Okay, I will look up my receipts on that
Okay.
account and I'll send it over to you. And he's really nice because he'll also reach out to you, after the delivery is made. If you have any questions, he kind of like gives you some information on, like what you do, all of the benefits. And he's just one person just making them to per order.
Oh,
So it's really special too,
and
I like that.
that's what I was going to say, is you want to buy from someone because they're making it, that they've made it with
Mhm.
love and care, because whatever somebody makes, um you want to make sure that that person is loving what they're doing,
Yeah,
because it's going to go into that piece that you have.
absolutely.
So that's really important to me, to not just pick somebody off of Etsy. You know what I mean? I
I
I
love that.
I get a feeling about things, and I'll just move on or whatever. But um, I think that's really important. A craft says a lot about a person. That's my opinion, but
Sure, absolutely. I agree with you 100%. Another thing too that I just remembered is frequency, right? Tones, frequency
Mhm,
tones that we use, right? To clear
mhm.
the atmosphere. I believe that works. And the things that we use to smudge and, purify the air. I know you were talking about
Yes,
ozone as well, right? I know that's more for air quality, but I'm sure it helps with the EMFs, or at least helps our body to detox that more easily or quickly.
it does help your body detox. In fact, the machine that I got, I can clean my food with it, as well as I can ozonate the water for a
Mhm.
bath or for a foot soak.
Amazing. I need that
Mhm.
too. My mother has one. She's had one for over 10 years. She's always had one running. And as you know, we grew up kind of drinking the food grade peroxide hydrogen as well.
Yeah,
So just little things like that that were just part of my life that I really didn't, pay much attention to, but it was just there. And now here we are,
yes, I
really,
know,
really
and it's
looking to
coming
these
back
things.
to you. But
Hmm.
one thing I wanted to say too is EMFs disrupt the pineal gland.
Oh.
You see, this is
Mhm.
why I just really, when I was really looking
Mhm.
into this, I thought, this really needs to be brought forward because if people are having issues opening up their third eye, is it because the EMFs are affecting them? Because EMFs mimic light.
Yes. Yes.
And, the pineal gland is light sensitive and, it's where melatonin is produced. So, and that's what gives you that sedating thing when you go to sleep. Some people may not know what melatonin is, but it's a
Mhm.
hormone, you know, and so EMFs, uh, they emit like a blue light, even though we don't see it. But we all know, I think
Mhm.
a lot of people know, I don't know if you know, Kiahe, but blue light is not good for us.
Yes. This is why we wear our blue light glasses. Anytime I
Hmm.
order reading glasses, or sunglasses, I always add that extra layer of blue light protection there.
Hmm.
Because here at It's a 54 Technology, we're all working remotely, right? Over
Yes.
Zoom and sessions and YouTube. So we're in front of our computers, for the first part of the day, greater part of the day. So absolutely. Blue light. I did not know that EMF is blue light, actually. That is good
Yes.
to know.
And so we don't see it. We see the bulbs are blue light, right? Um,
Mm,
so I just ordered for myself because I am just really going to get deep into this because I'm, like I said, like I am really being called to pay attention. And so what I ordered was I ordered a light and you can switch it to amber or red and it's a book light. So if I want to read, but the phone is going to have to be off limits. After a certain point, it's going to have to be off limits. And I really feel like once I start restricting myself from the phone and the computer at night and start focusing on a routine, that maybe things will move forward for me a little bit more. I mean, it's already advancing, but I can only imagine what it will be, if I was more, um, conscious of cutting out that computer time at night.
mhm. I brought myself back to writing, and reading and meditating and
Mhm.
stretching. So it's really replacing, it's almost going back to a time where, kind of imagining that you don't have access to these things, right? And it kind of like, what did I use? What did I do without my phone and my computer back in the day? I was always in the living room, just thinking of workouts, thinking of different stretches, thinking of how long can I stay in a handstand or a headstand, or just kind of challenging myself like
Mhm.
this. And then the writing is really great because it also helps you to unload the mental bodies, right? Just streams of consciousness that it's very cleansing to your mental body to write. And so we teach, I always recommend this in our for our ascension program students, as a spiritual practice, because it really does create a habit. It takes 3 days, right? 72 hours, right? To break a frequency, to break a chain of thought, So writing at least, every 3 days, or every day if you can, but at least every 3 days is very helpful. And then reading an actual book, with pages,
Yes.
that
Yes.
is, and it's so calming to my nervous system to hold a book, something about just turning the pages and the paper. It's just, nowadays where everything is just like flashy and techy and, a
Yes.
lot of information flashing in front of the screen. You're not just looking at what you're looking at. You have a lot of other things around that are coming through, right? Advertisements and messages and notifications and alarms and just the weather and just so much is coming in. But when you're reading off of the pages of a book, it's just
Exactly.
more, it's more of a soothing experience. So it helps you to just calm your nervous system down. So I like that. Those are some of the
Yeah,
things I do.
that's what I need to do. I can start reading Tahira's book that I bought.
There you go. I have a whole book to read too. I think I got through one chapter, I think. I jump around to other readings, but
Oh, me too. Me
I
too.
have to jump
Yeah,
back to the book.
yeah, me too. I have so much.
Are you the same? You like have 3 books that you're reading at once? You just
Oh,
kind of,
yeah. And I
there's
might even,
only so much, right, of one topic, and then you want to like refresh.
yeah, and I might even start towards the back a little bit. I mean, I
Why
am
do we
just,
do this? We're just,
you know,
why? We're nosy. We're nosy. We want to see what happens in the end, and then
yes,
we'll go back.
yes, I do. Um, so
Hmm.
I don't know if anyone knows where EMFs can be found, but
You said towers,
okay,
right?
towers,
Coming off from
uh,
towers.
smart meters, electrical lines, electrical devices. But I was shocked to find out refrigerators.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Hmm.
And
They
the
make a lot
worst,
of noise too. They hum, right?
yes, they do. Refrigerators and the smart ones are the worst. But that makes
Hmm.
sense, right?
Yes, of course. It does. It's a
Well,
computer.
yep. So anywhere, and I think ovens were high on the list too, but your kitchen is not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some of those tensor rings and I'm going to put them in my kitchen.
What about your TV for those of you still watching TV?
I don't own a TV anymore.
So for those that do, isn't that a very strong
Oh yes, TV.
emitter of EMF, even like the high D, the HDs, the 5Ds and all that?
Well, they're a computer also.
Yep. And
So,
everyone loves those smart TVs, right?
yep.
And they're
Oh,
in the bedroom usually. If you have one in your bedroom, and you
not
watch
a
it
good
before you
idea.
sleep or you fall asleep with it on. I don't think your brain likes that.
See, I couldn't sleep because of the light. I have to
Me
have
neither.
I have to have blackout curtains, literally. I don't sleep with the eye mask because
If
it
there's
doesn't.
even a little button, sorry to interrupt you, even if there's a little button on something like
Me too.
anything, yeah, if there's any type of little light anywhere, I have to cover it. Like
Me too.
no light whatsoever.
I'm very sensitive. I'm very
We grew up in a time where when it was nighttime, it was really dark, really dark. I didn't grow up in a city, so when the sun went down, it was like pitch dark unless it was a full moon or the Milky Way was out, but it was natural light that was coming in. So that is very important, I feel like too, so your body can detox, is to sleep in the dark, pitch
yep.
dark.
I grew up in the desert. So,
Wow.
there couldn't be any darker than the desert. And I grew up in a little teeny tiny town.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
there was nothing
cool.
there. So when you see pictures of those big rocks and those Joshua
Mm,
trees, that's where I grew up.
wow.
So
Sounds
very,
beautiful.
very dark there. Yes, very dark there. But when I was talking about the pineal gland, um, you know, uh, it's it shuts down the pineal gland when the blue light starts affecting it. So,
How
and
does
it,
that feel? Like if someone's pineal gland is being shut down, what would the sensation be? How would they know?
well, then they are having a hard time sleeping because it's not manufacturing the melatonin. And that goes back to what I was talking about in the beginning, um, unable to sleep. So then you know that the melatonin is an issue.
Okay.
And you can only take melatonin for so long, you know. And are you taking the right melatonin? Because there's a lot of junk melatonin that's in the grocery store. So it only works for so long, and then you're supposed to get off of it. So it's not supposed to be a nightly thing, you
Right.
know. But that was the big thing for me, was thinking, oh my gosh, you know, I need to focus on this and make sure that I don't know that I can eliminate it. I'm going to get one of those readers, one of those little things where you
You
can.
should. You should. They have these wands, right? It's like these, it's like a little box and a wand. You can order them on Amazon. And that's
So
what they do. And you can go around your house,
yeah,
you know?
well, I did find a pendant though that was kind of like an organ, and but it looked like a mother of pearl, a big mother of
Mhm.
pearl thing, but against you it had the organite. And she was showing it next to that reader, and it
Mhm.
was like uh repelling it. And I went,
Mhm.
wow,
Mhm.
you know. So
I
like I
think
said,
the cold water too. I'm getting a lot about on cold water. I mean, just the sensation of cold water on my crown, that really helped a lot. And
I'm
so
gonna have to try that myself.
I feel like
You
it refreshes you pretty quickly and you kind of feel like you're reset. And
Mhm. And it's
I'm
easy.
wondering, it's easy to do. And I'm actually, I'm just thinking about back in the day when, I grew up on an island and we bathed in rivers a lot too, because we had two
Mhm.
rivers on both sides of the house. And so at one point there was, when we had guests or a lot of kids at the house for the summer times, back when summers were like
Mhm.
3 months long, right? All the cousins want to come over and stay. And we had like 1.5 baths. So mother would be like, all right, you guys all go to the river and bathe because you're not all going to be in the showers, using up all the water and just like clogging up the drains, and just go to the rivers. So that's where we bathed all in the summertime. And that water, man, it just felt, it was freezing cold, but
Oh,
man, did we
refreshing,
feel amazing, amazing
refreshing,
after.
huh?
Refreshing, and your skin just felt like it felt like structured water. Your body actually, your skin got tighter, like you felt like your hair was wonderful, because you're not using the city water. And so I feel like structured water itself is probably the easiest way to kind of maintain this EMF detox. If there's one thing, right? And then drinking the structured water with the shungite, because the shungite's energy
Yes,
goes in and just breaks it down. So I just thought we do have to do a video
I,
on water. I can't wait for
water,
that one. We have to
water,
bring out
water,
all the
water,
stops on this one and show
water,
all the ways we make water.
because those tensor rings you can put around your structured water, you
Yes.
know, and all it is copper. It's just a big copper ring. I say big, it's not, it's skinny, but that is another thing that I have to talk about, because those rings, I mean, they just tie into the water and the EMFs,
Hmm.
and they're ancient.
I'll get one. I'll have to get one. Definitely. That's something I
Well,
don't have right now, but
yeah, I think what I want to do, like for my bedroom, because the only place that I can put my router is in my bedroom.
okay.
So I have the router on this, and then I have this in front of it. So I think that helps. But the thing with this shungite, you have to every couple weeks put it outside in the sun, and then you have to recharge it.
Yes. I put
So,
it in a bowl, like a bowl of water in the sun.
mhm.
And then, if it's like a full moon, leave it out in the moon as well. But the sun is in a bowl of water. I think that clarifies it. That's how I do mine.
Oh, okay. I'm
Hmm.
wondering, do you think salt would hurt it
A
at
little
all?
bit of salt.
Like sea salt,
No,
I'm thinking.
I don't think so. No, I don't think it would hurt it. Not at all. I think it would amplify it.
Yeah, because the thing that I've been using, if I couldn't put it outside, I Palo Santo everything.
Yes, yes, yes.
I mean, I Palo Santo me. I do my aura even.
You can't ever have enough of Palo Santo.
No,
It's just,
no.
it just smells divine.
I did
Absolutely
this.
divine.
I did this room before the session. I always,
Mm,
before a session, whatever I do, I usually light a candle. I didn't bring a candle up here, but I always Palo Santo my room, so
I love the smell. I love waking up to the smell of Palo Santo. That's like the first thing I want to smell in the morning.
me too.
It just does something to my brain, and it just brings me a sense of calm and grounding, grounding, and just kind of
Like,
a peace, a
yeah,
peaceful, safe place. I love
like,
that.
like frankincense.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
I can
I
burn
always use
frankincense
that. Yes.
all day long. It has so many benefits for the air, anti-inflammatory, anti-everything, antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal. I mean, it really does just, and especially if you live like in a moist area, it will help to, clean out all of that in the air as well. And so I love to use that. And then in ceremonies, it's just a great protective feeling. It protects the energy space. Um, yes, I'm a frankincense girl too.
I love it. And I'm so grateful that you shared, where you got yours from, because I love
You're welcome.
mine. I love mine. And
It's the highest grade. Have you tried it in a tea yet? Have you put it in a tea bag and put hot water with some honey?
do you need to crush it at all?
No, it'll just dissolve. It'll melt. It takes a little longer than tea, leaves
Mhm,
to steep. You just leave it a little longer, but once you start to smell it, you can
mhm.
already start drinking it. And I can drink that, I mean, all day long, all day long. If
I'm gonna
I'm
have
working a lot, yeah, I'll always just be drinking that. And oh, you'll feel it'll just cleanse out if you have any kind of like mucus or sinuses. I mean, it's going to help detox your body. It's amazing. And if you add some like mullein, it'll
mhm,
help with the lungs. You can add some lemongrass for the skin. You
I
can mix
love
it with
it.
other things. I just love it just on its own with honey. We have like I mean, just similar to water, I can collect all kinds of honey. But here in Hawaii, we have a lot of wonderful lehua honey, Keawe honey, and that with the frankincense is just
Oh,
magic.
I
It's
can
so
imagine.
good.
Um, I
That
know we're talking about frankincense, but I was just like, oh, I have to tell her what I did. I don't know why I did this. I must have done this in another life or something.
what? What
I
did you do?
I actually put some in my mouth and chewed it, and it's like gum.
Okay, so there is when you look at the your resins, the
Mhm.
frankincense resins, the ones that are white, the more opaque ones,
Yes, that's
those are
the
the ones. That's the
I.
ones you can
Yep,
chew.
yep,
Wonderful.
yep.
Amazing. And how was
I,
that experience for you? I have not done that yet.
it's good.
It is it?
Yeah, it's
I
good.
mean, you can't go wrong. I mean, it's so what the ones that we purchase, it's just the highest grade, right? So they have like the hojari, the green hojari is usually
Mhm.
the one I purchase. There's different ones, but I feel like that one is the one that would taste the best if you were going to chew on it. Which one did you
Mine is more
purchase?
yellow. I got like it's a high grade. It
Mhm.
was one of
The
the more
new,
expensive.
yeah, I
Yes.
know which one. It starts with
Ye
an F, like
yes.
Ferrera or
Yeah.
something like this. Okay. That one is a very high grade. That's a new batch. I can't wait to try that one. I'll have to put an order in soon, but this is so exciting. So these are you guys, this is our YouTube fan base
Mhm.
here. This is all the wonderful knowledge and information you're going to get here at ITHA 54. In our Ascension program, Kim does work with all of our Ascension program students, and she'll teach you everything she knows about detoxing the body. We'll come and bring you this information here as much as we can. I mean, this is the kind of information that we can talk forever about. I mean, and
Oh,
we'll be
yeah.
back. We'll be back every single week. We're going to do a whole thing on water, and we're just going to continue this conversation. I've been re-inspired to do a few things just on this conversation. So thank you so
Oh,
much, Kim,
good,
for having
good.
me. This knowledge it's just during these times, it's just going to ramp up even more and more. I feel like I don't think EMFs are going to it's always going to be a thing we
No,
have to manage.
no, yeah, I think the things that we discussed are the easiest things to use, and you can do some research on the internet. You can buy blankets and all these little like nets and stuff to go around your bed, but
Mhm.
start small. Don't
Mhm. And it
don't.
makes a big difference.
Yes.
Just doing a few things,
Mhm.
just adding these few things to your daily practices. Your energy field comes back up, your skin looks better, your eyes look better, your focus is better. Just so many things. You'll see it's like just this a subtle shift. You'll be like, "Oh, I haven't forgotten, I haven't
Mhm.
misplaced anything." In a few days, when people start stumbling and dropping things and forgetting things, it's like that's kind of how too, right? That, oh, my energy field is being affected, and so I should fall back on some of these practices, and quicker it happens pretty quick. You'll get right back on track, and you'll be waking up earlier before your alarm, and you'll be easier to organize things in your day-to-day activities and schedules. So that's some of the things that I wanted to share with you today. And Kim, thank you again. I can't wait to our next meeting here and sharing
Yes.
everything
It,
that we know about, helping you to ascend. All of these things help in the ascension process. So,
it'll be exciting. I look forward to it. Thank
yay, thank
you.
you. Bye, everyone. And if you want to
Bye.
schedule or join our ascension program, or if you'd like to schedule your QTR session with us, you can email us at itha54technology.com. Thank you, everyone. Have a blessed rest of your day. Until next
Bye.
time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Let's give some hearts. Let's give everyone some hearts. Yes. All right, guys. I'll see you
My
later.
heart's didn't go.
Oh, that's okay. Next time.
Bye
Bye.
bye.